first shots through this, and this is the configuration that I wanted to try first of all. Nice. Oh, look at that. That looks like it was made to go together for sure. And that sounded awesome. Fantastic. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Twang and Bang. Ever since Chris sent me this Vector pistol in 45 ACP, that's a combination I've been dying to shoot. This Vector, American Eagle suppressor ammunition, and the Dead Air Ghost M in its short configuration. This video has actually been a very long time in coming, but the Ghost was so popular upon its introduction that Dead Air wanted to make sure that it fulfilled dealer orders, customer orders before setting one aside to send to me for testing. Well, it finally got to 37 PSR, which is both my SOT as well as my range where I do most of my videos. So I've been able to test it and make some video for you while I wait for my Form 4 to clear. The Ghost M is one of several new 45 caliber cans that are really good that hit the market very recently. But there's one thing that makes it different than the rest, and that's what's coming up next on Twang and Bang. The Ghost M is a 45 caliber silencer that combines the latest in baffle design with one old school feature. The front cap accepts a neoprene wipe, which maximizes the gas trapped in the baffles before being cooled and released out the bore. The wipes provide maximum suppression for 30 to 50 shots, though you can shoot a single wipe nearly indefinitely. However, replacement wipes are available in 10 packs for $25, so cost isn't much of an issue if you want to always shoot with a fresh wipe. If packaging were a competition, Dead Air would win hands down. Each Ghost M comes in a die-cut foam-lined box with a Nomex sock, 2 wipes, and a nicely finished front cap removal tool. A booster housing and spring are standard, with pistons available in all common pistol thread pitches. Fixed barrel adapters are also available in common thread pitches, but what I really like about these is that they add minimal length to the Ghost when in place while adding a pretty cool aesthetic. Dead Air even wraps each Ghost with a silent as the grave cigar label, which is a nice touch. The M stands for modular. The Ghost can be configured as an 8 3/4 inch long 12-ounce silencer or a 6.2 inch 9.6 ounce K-can. The N module adds only 2.4 ounces of total weight, partly because its tube and baffles are aluminum. This helps to improve the balance of a gun when wearing the Ghost M in its full-length configuration. The N module baffles are held captive by the front cap, but are removable when pushed from the rear. The takedown tool is the same as the one included with the mask, which is still my favorite 22 can. As you can see, the aluminum baffles are anodized in Duke Blue, contrasting with the gold tone of the 17-4 stainless main baffles. Under that blue stack is also the short stainless baffle used at the front of either the long or short configuration. The Ghost baffles interlock in much the same way as those in the mask, greatly reducing the fouling that could make the baffles stick in the tubes. Full disassembly requires an AR castle nut wrench to loosen the mount body from the main tube. You don't need the big wrench I'm using here though. A smaller one should provide all of the torque you need. Putting this all together can be a little bit tricky. First thing you need to see is this end cap. It takes a wipe, but there's a little groove in there. That's not where the wipe goes. The wipe just sits right on top of all of that. Then you have to take the stainless top baffle. That sits in there. So we got that set up. Now we're going to take the base tube and put the baffle stack in it, make sure it's seated all the way. Take the front cap and that front baffle and put that on. And now we're going to tighten it finger tight, and then we're going to use the tool to snug it down. One thing that threw me off a little bit was in the manual, it talks about the end cap sticking out a little bit farther with the wipe in place versus when it's not, but it doesn't show threads showing. Threads showing is normal. And then on the back end, you're going to stick whatever. I'm going to put a fixed barrel adapter on and tighten that, and then you need to snug it with the castle nut wrench. And man, look how short that is. Here's a Dead Air mask. Can you believe that the fixed barrel adapter is shallower than on their 22 can?
And look at that. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to see how this sounds.
The Ghost is rated full auto and 45 ACP, as well as sub-calibers with pistol-level pressures. I'll be testing the Ghost with subsonic ammo in 45, 300 blackout, 9mm, and my favorite suppressed caliber, 22 long rifle.
Oh yeah, that's a big difference. That extra length, you can hear a difference for sure. I would hope so. Oh, man, I love 300 subsonic. I don't care what can. I'll shoot any can. Sounds beautiful. I got other people shooting on this range, but I'm gonna take the risk anyway. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. It's really nice because the bore is so huge compared to the bullet, but the wipe helps. And I'm still shooting the same wipe that I've been using this whole range trip. It's not like the mask. It's not just hearing the firing pin like the mask, but that's plenty quiet on 22. I love the way full-size cans look on this 22-45. It's Hollywood silly, but I love it. That wasn't me. Great. Still, it's not like putting on the dead air mask, but that's plenty quiet. You can feel the length, which is why we're going to try this in the short configuration next. Okay, before I switch to the K configuration for my testing, I wanted to show you the end cap, the wipe. That's after about 40 rounds of 45 ACP, 30 to 40 rounds of 9mm, 5 or 6 rounds of 300 blackout, maybe 30 rounds of 22 long rifle. And honestly, that's mostly from the 40 rounds of 45 ACP. I don't think it changed that much since then, but you can see it's kind of off center. I don't know what that's about. I didn't get any baffle strikes or anything like that. But what I'm going to do is when I switch the front cap onto the base module to go short, I'm going to put in a new wipe. Okay, this is short with a fresh wipe. I'm not sure how I'm going to edit this though, but I'm starting smallest bore size and working my way up with this wipe. Okay, so still plenty quiet. It's way louder than the long configuration and much louder than a dedicated 22 can, but it's still very doable without ear pro. And I've got super sensitive ears, which is why I'm mostly wearing ear pro when I'm shooting suppressed anyway. So that actually worked out really well. And let me take a look here. Yeah, there's no impact whatsoever on the wipe. Wipe is completely fresh. Ah, yeah, short on the rifle. That's all you need. Still sounds really good. Yeah, and look at that. I love the fat can look on that. I'm gonna get a lot of comments from that, I know. TWANGnBANG loves fat cans. I do. Still clean, but it's bulging out a little bit, I think, from the pressure. Now we're gonna do 300 blackout and maybe we'll hit the sides a little bit. Wow, that was pretty loud. That was loud. Still quieter than unsuppressed, but a lot louder than full length. Glad I have Ear Pro on. I don't know what the meter of that is, but that's, I would run 300 blackout long for sure. You can hear people shooting. That's about 40 yards away undercover. And somebody brought their kid. Yeah, still pretty loud. I'd go long on 300 blackout to truly give it the suppression that it needs. Still looking good, still looking clean. Now for 9mm, getting a little fatter again. Oh yeah. That sounds great. That sounded really good. Still looks good, 9mm. Now we're gonna pop up to 45. I've already shot this configuration. I know I like it. I know it sounds nice, but now let's see what we're gonna do to the wipe. I love the way that looks. That's fantastic. Whew, it's hot. And it should be. I just put 20 rounds of 45 ACP through it. And look at it. You can see it's now starting to get chewed up because that 45 caliber ball going through there is hitting the wipe. The wipe's doing its job and wiping right across the bullet as it leaves the bore there. And you're going to get some wear. I've got maybe another 30 rounds with me. I thought I had more ammo with me than I did, but I brought 2 partial boxes instead of 2 full boxes. And I'm gonna shoot what I have left and we'll see what we end up with. Runs well. This combination certainly runs well. Let's take a look at the wipe now. And that's after 35 rounds. You can see it's already pretty chewed up, but that's no big deal. You get maximum suppression for 40 to 60 rounds or so. I don't know the precise numbers. I don't know if they know the precise numbers either. And then it drops off a little bit, but I know guys running this can don't even bother thinking about changing out their wipe for hundreds of rounds. I know at range day, they ran thousands of rounds through the wipe they started their day with the demo can before realizing, oh, we probably should change out the wipe. So you can run these for a very, very long time. And I think you're still gonna get better suppression than you would get without a wipe at all. I don't have meter results for the specific combinations I used in this video, but overall the Ghost M seems to be metering right there with all the best 45 caliber cans on the market. I think where it really shines though is when shot wet with the wipe. It seems to hold ablative in the can longer than shooting non-wiped cans wet, so that it doesn't necessarily start out quieter than other cans, but it seems to stay quiet longer when shot wet than non-wiped cans shot wet. Also, because dead air focuses so much on reducing back pressure, I also notice less of the ablative getting blown back into my face with each shot, and certainly there was less of it blowing out past the wipe, so it's less messy when shot wet. I got this on video, but I didn't show it because you really can't tell watching the video. You can't see what I experienced for myself. And I think if you're evaluating the Ghost M, if you have a chance to shoot it and you're trying to figure out whether it's for you, ask to shoot it wet, because I think that's where it shows itself, shows its design and its benefits over designs of other cans. The Ghost M MSRP is $950. But the street price is closer to $850, and that includes a piston of your choice. If you want to learn more about the Ghost M, be sure to click the link in the video description below or visit my website at TWANGnBANG.net. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You can see the links right here. And be sure to click right here to subscribe so you can catch my next videos on bows, guns, and other cool stuff. I really appreciate you watching Twang and Bang, and I hope to see you next time. Okay, so now I got backup beeps and the neighbor's dog barking. There need to be more silencers in the world.